Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today we have the card game Star Trek Missions, brought to you by WizKids. Explore new worlds one card at a time, based on the acclaimed card game by Bruce Glasgow. This game takes about 20 minutes. It's for ages 14 plus, and it's for 2 to 6 players. In Star Trek Missions, you'll explore all the mystery and excitement of the galaxy, featuring characters, locations, and equipment in familiar groups or in strange new combinations. Assemble a crew with anyone from Commander Riker to Demoyne Bach, grab a bat'leth, and take on challenging like organizing a diplomatic conference or getting trapped in the holodeck. The combinations in each hand create a brand new episode in the Enterprise's continuing mission. Make the best combo to score the highest points and claim victory. For more information, you can go to StarTrek.com. This was released in 2021 by CBS Studios. WizKids/NECA LLC. For more information, go to WizKids.com. All right. So let us crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. Of course, we're going to start off with the rulebook. So, it's based on Fantasy Realms. All right. Star Trek Missions. Introduction. In Star Trek Missions, you'll discover all the potential the galaxy has to offer, uniting familiar characters, locations, and gear in strange and thrilling new configurations. Assemble a crew with anyone from Commander William Riker to Demoyne Bach, grab a bat'leth, and take on challenges like organizing a diplomatic conference or getting trapped in a holodeck. With thousands of possibilities, you'll never play the same game or the same hand twice. And it gives you your components right there. Overview. Your goal is to assemble the highest scoring combos possible by drawing cards from the Galaxy deck, the Mission deck, or the discarded area. Victory goes to the player with the most points. Type, specialty, life form, affiliation, text. Setup. Here's an example of game setup for 3 players. There's your discard area and different cards that you'll be getting. Turns. Take a card from the discard area, then discard a different card to the discard area. Draw the top card from the Galaxy deck, then discard any card to the discard area. Draw 2 cards from the top of the Mission deck, then discard any 2 cards to the discard area. All cards in the discard area should be face up and spread out so they are visible to all. At the end of your turn, after discarding, you must have 1 or 2 mission cards. You may never have 0 or more than 2. Common game terms: with, hand phaser, for each, blanks, blanked unless with, multiple bonuses. Some examples of that. End of game. The game ends when there are either 8 Galaxy cards or 12 mission cards in the discard area. Your scoring hands. Example: your cards never affect the hand of your opponents. Scoring examples. There you have it. And frequently asked questions. And here's your credits and the people who brought you the wonderful game. Again, this is for more information about this game, you can go to WizKids.com. And there's your rulebook. All right. You have a scoring sheet. Got a whole book full of them, lots and lots of them. Player name, cards, your different cards, and your scoring. There's your scoring sheet. Do that too. Now, I did sleeve these cards, so some of them are going to have backs, black backs, and some of them are going to have where you can see the backs. So let's take a look at this. So some of the cards have these backings. And some of them have backings that look like that. So ones with this have a black. Then they've been sleeved already, so you're not going to see the back. But again, this is the front end of that. And again, all these have the same fronts, backs, depending on how you want to look at it. So let's take a look at here. So we have right off the bat, mission, distress call, 9 for each bridge, tractor beam, transporter, and medical. Meddlesome Q. Mission Blossoming Romance. Scientific Puzzle. Borg Cube. Computer Virus. Space Confrontation. Conflicting Orders. Personnel Issues. The Lure of Profit. Diplomatic Conferences. Imminent Destruction. Intruder Alert. Trapped on the Holodeck. Federation Under Siege. Do Machines Have Rights? Enterprise Goes Haywire. Enemies to Friends. Language Barrier. Ethical Dilemma. Mysterious Plague. Time Distortion. The Away Team. The Klingon Civil War. So let's take a look at this one, see what it says. So it's your mission, Klingon Civil War. For each card with Klingon and Romulan icon, and Klingon Empire and Romulan Star Empire. I guess you get 8 points for that. So that's your mission. All right, there you go. Those are all of your mission cards. So you get how many of those? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 of those cards. There you go. And you get a whole bunch of these cards over here. Some are personnel cards. Some are civilian cards. Some are captain cards. You have location cards. You have an entity. You have equipment, artifacts, system and location, and then you have system cards. Then you have 2 solo cards. So let me show you those first. You have your entity. It says Crystal Entity, Cosmic, Crystal, Hostile. 6 for each combat. Then you also have an unidentified ship. Choose whether this card is a personnel, civilian, or captain. Also choose one of these icons for this card. So you're going to use this card as you need it. Again, it has that symbol on the back. There you go. So those are your 2 cards that are unique. Kind of stand alone by themselves. And then we're going to take a look at our personnel cards first. So you have Lieutenant Geordi LaForge. He's an engineer. He's a human. He belongs to the Federation. Gets 4 for each system and for engine room. Counselor Dana Troy. Counselor Betazoid Human Federation. Lieutenant Commander Data. Gives you a little background information about who he is. Commander William Riker, Command Human Federation. Commander Bruce Maddox, Engineer Human Federation. Again, the extra thing is down here. 5 points for each android and hologram that you have. Leah Brahms, again, Engineer Hologram Federation. For each Lieutenant Geordi LaForge, an engine room with holodeck 1, holodeck 2, or computer, plus 5 points and counts as hologram, otherwise counts as human. Okay. Ambassador Keeler. Apologies if I'm pronouncing the last name wrong. They are a Klingon. Obviously, these were all humans or metahumans or androids right here, or a hologram. This here is a Klingon, half human. We have Lieutenant Worf, who's a Klingon. He's part of the Federation. These are all part of the Federation. Dr. Beverly Crusher, Medical Human Federation. And Ensign Wesley Crusher. Of course, is from Star Trek The Next Generation. Not from the original crew. Captain Kirk and all those guys. So we're going to move on. We also have here, as I said, civilians that you might run into. Ambassador Sarek. Spock. The original Star Trek. Tolan Soren. Minuet. Vash. Sovak. Lore. James Moriarty. The Traveler. And Laxana Troy. So she's a civilian, ambassador, Betazoid, Federation. 9 points for each of Counselor Deanna Troy and Captain Jean-Luc Picard. So there you are. Those are your civilians that you have. You also have your captains. Again, the tops, besides the name there, the colors on the top are also all the same, depending on what their title is. So you have Commander Sela. She's a Romulan. You got Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Commander Kern, Damien Togg, Vice Admiral Nakamura, Damon Bach, Commander Tomalak, who's Romulan, Chancellor Goron, Klingon Empire, Lursa and Beater, both from the Klingon Empire. So you got some Romulans here, Klingons, Ferengi, and Romulans and Klingons. Yep. Okay, there you go. Those are your captains. Then you have some locations also. Federation holodeck, 8 for each hologram and 2 for each Federation personnel and captain. Turbo lift, 16 with at least 2 other locations. Engine room, you have the bridge, holodeck 2. You have sick bay, quarters, and you have 10 forward, 4 for each civilian in the Federation and personnel and civilian. There you go. That's your location cards. Then you have your you have 3 equipment cards. You have the tricorder. You have Batleth. It's a weapon. And you have a hand phaser, which is a weapon. There you go. There's your equipments. Then you have some artifacts. Got 3 of those. You got Tox Uthat. You have Stone of Goal. And you have a Thought Maker. Then you have 1 card that's a system and also can be used as a location, which is a transporter. 18 with at least 3 personnel with at least 3 different symbols among them. So put that over there. And we have just systems. So you have a computer, science for the Federation. Tractor beam, combat, with there's a Federation. Shields. And photon torpedoes, all related to the Federation and all used for combat, spaceship combat. So there you have it. These are all the cards, rulebook, and scratch sheet. Everything here is what's included in the card game. Star Trek missions. Explore new worlds, 1 card at a time, based on the acclaimed card game by Bruce Glasgow, brought to you by WizKids. So as always, thank you so much for joining us for this unboxing video. It's truly appreciated. If you enjoyed it, you could always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Of course, you could always hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release any new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well. Enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.